So today I'd like to talk about how do you reach connection with the infinite? How do you feel the infinite or connect with that force, that intelligence, that divine presence, and feel it and imbibe it? I go into a process where I just open up. I become empty more or less. And what I mean by emptiness is I go into a meditative phase where I just relax inside. Relax the muscles, but more than that, just relax my whole energy. Just receive, open up, and be receptive. And not try to do anything, like not try to be any place or relax, and even try to relax. Just be. I'm going to do that right now, and I'm going to explain what I do. That's the best way that I can show and demonstrate the things that I know in terms of going into a state of emptiness. So let me close my eyes, and you might try to do this with me. I'm going to go into a state of emptiness. What I'm doing is I'm just relaxing. I'm allowing my energy to move inside. Nothing's forced here. I just open up. It's kind of a surrender. I'm surrendering everything to open up. Like none of my stuff is here. It's not, it's what I want to do is just let go and allow it to come in without any preconceived notion of what or how it should be. And as I sink down, I fall into my heart and I begin to feel. I feel the energy. I feel the magnificence of this presence that's there. And I feel light begin to descend. Light that is in my body. And I'm just beginning to have much more awareness of it now. I feel the presence. And with the presence, I begin to focus my attention on that. I feel it and allow it to expand. It has its nature. I do not control its nature. And the thing about emptiness is that there's a seed inside. It's like light inside, and it begins to expand, and it begins to grow into all the cells, into the whole body. And it feels, the only feeling that I can say about it is it feels that I'm connected. I'm connected to this divine presence, this all-encompassing presence. And I breathe and I feel the flow of that energy. It's kind of like it's everywhere inside and it's outside. The boundary between the inside and outside begins to, or it is, it doesn't seem to exist. And I merge with the outside. And I can open up more and allow the presence. But as I'm doing this, I'm realizing that I have the say about how this energy or this opening can be used. For instance, I can expand it by my own intention and feel it, its power and its presence even more. And then I can focalize it. I can see something I'm wanting to accomplish, and I can project this energy, this presence. I'm still in what I'd call emptiness. Emptiness is not empty. It's a presence. It's emptiness from myself, emptiness from the thoughts and the emotions and all the stuff going on. I'm empty of that, but I'm not empty of what's inside of the presence. So again, I can bring it in and I can intend it to go to a project that I was working on. I can feel that project or see it being totally surrounded by this energy. It's kind of like myself and the project that I'm wanting to do become one. They become one because they're in the same energy. And I can begin to see, especially from here, I can begin to see a happy result from this project. I can feel it, I can just feel good. I can feel the project actually feeling good. It's a lightness, it's not a heaviness. There's not an attachment here. It's kind of an internal power, but it doesn't attach, it just lets go. That's the whole nature of this. It's surrender, it's letting go, it's being open, it's being filled, it's allowing, it's basically that. But it's also sending out and projecting the energy, not with attachment, not with what we would use the will. I want it to be this way. I'm wanting to see it this way. And there's no tension inside. There's no force. It's just allowing. But it's a faith and confidence in this energy. This energy is powerful and it's creative energy. And you kind of realize that and you allow yourself to expand into it. And it brings an inner smile, like a smile of peace. It's like I can project this energy out, but I can be in like a restful place, internal peace. And one of the things that comes from the feeling mind or the feeling center is that it just feels so good. And I love it. I love this energy. And it's like, to me, it's like loving God. It's like loving the force that surrounds me and being appreciative of it. It's just a natural element. It's being in touch with this. So I'm going to back up and see how it is that if you don't feel this, how should you feel disappointed that you can't do it or you failed? No, I would say it's more about just having faith that this will begin to unfold. And there's another intelligence and power besides ourselves. And I think when your intent is to tap into this greater field, this greater universe, and use it for good, bringing that energy out into the world, you're supported and helped. So I might say something that makes no sense to you, but then you might run into something else. And then you might try a different kind of meditation. All of a sudden, you're making connections and you get a little glimpse of that opening up. And you begin to see, how does that work? What do I do? How do I relax? What's the different state of pushing and trying and my own will to make, and just opening up and allowing. And you begin to learn this piece by piece. It's a process. It might not happen. I mean, I can tell you what it is for me, but that might take, in your own terms, how that unfolds for you. Anyway, I thought I would tell you about when you're opening up the spirit, you're opening up to infinite intelligence, you're using that to heal, you're using that to influence the world, you're using that to bring that power out into the world to do good. And I'm wanting to talk about this, not to discourage people or feel like this is just impossible, I can't do it, or to frustrate you. No, I'm wanting to basically put little nuggets in from my little small experience. I mean, I'm just one little pebble. And you know, you're gonna run into a lot of pebbles if you're open, and then that's what you want. The one thing about this that I will say is that you've got to really want it. That's really important. And also, if there's fear here, you got to be willing to have the courage to face those fears, to honor them, to see what they are, accept them, not to deny them, not to run away from them, but to face them head on. And have faith that as you do that, you'll gain the understanding, you'll gain the clarity, you'll gain the healing from this, and you'll just progress further. It's all about taking one thing at a time, one fear, one block, one learning, one basically opening up, and these begin to come together, and pretty soon you're doing things you never thought you could. With that, I'm going to end, and I thank you.